what's up guys, Eater94 back with another action figure review. Today we are looking at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified series. This is the Amazon exclusive Arctic Mission Storm Shadow. So on the front of the box you see the figure displayed with all of its accessories that he comes with. On one side of the package we have number 14, Arctic Mission Storm Shadow, and then on the other side we get the nice art right there. The backside just shows the same G.I. Joe poster image that we've been seeing since Series 1. So here's a look at our Storm Shadow out of the package, and this is of course a Arctic Mission version of Storm Shadow, not our classic traditional look. Hopefully we get that as a regular release, so this as an Amazon exclusive, not too bad for an exclusive release. So here's a closer look at Storm Shadow, upper torso, head area, and first things first, the white on the figure entirely isn't like paper white. It's a very soft white, if that makes sense. So far Hasbro's been doing a good job with the face sculpts on these G.I. Joes. This little hoodie is removable, and there's a look at him without that hood, so you can display him like that. I think the flesh tone and the sculpt of the eyes came out well, so that's good. Definitely does look like a person's inside. On the back side we get some paint apps there with some gold, black, and a different white color. There's a brighter white right here. Get some more of that paint on the torso and the biceps, going down to the groin and to the legs. Everything looks good, sculpted nice for the most part. I think it came out great. One thing I did notice, and I've been trying to play with it off camera, but this waist piece here is a separate piece. It's a loose piece, and it just seems to not want to get aligned with the waist. I don't know, it's just angled and slanted, and I don't know if it's just mine or that's how it's all gonna be. I'm pushing it down and it's just a little tough to get it nice and aligned with his waist. See how it's kind of crooked. A little annoying, not a big deal though. Alright, so he comes with accessories, and first we'll start it off with his arrows and quiver. This is nice because they painted the arrows gold here. It's not just all black, which we've kind of seen that solid color thing with G.I. Joes recently. So if you guys seen my beachhead review, you know what I mean. And we're going to get back to that because we get a little bit of that beachhead treatment in this release as well. So unfortunately, not everything's painted, but at least the quiver and the arrows look pretty good. And just as simple as painting the arrows gold just makes all the difference instead of having all that black. So there's that, and then we also do get a bow, which is nice too because it's painted. So we get black handle. The rest of it is gold. There is no string though. That's interesting. They didn't do a string. It's not a plastic string nor a fabric string or elastic string. Just nothing there. Maybe you can add it there yourself, but they did not include one. Now he does come with a sword, which has a white handle and a silver blade, which is good. Thank you for painting the blade. That would be horrible if the whole thing was white. So the blade is painted at least there. So that looks decent. But now we're going to the rest of the accessories, and we get the beachhead treatment again. So we get an arrow that's just fully just a white piece of plastic, not painted at all. They could have painted the tip right there silver. The feathers could have been painted a different color, I think. Maybe even gold to match the ones in the quiver. Even the stick itself isn't black like the ones in the quiver, so that kind of looks silly in my opinion, how this is white and this is not. It doesn't really match. Then we get this accessory, which I don't know the name of, and I'm sure some expert's going to tell me down below in the comments, so feel free to do so, but this is also painted all white. The blade is all white, everything's all white. Beachhead treatment right there. Then we do get the sheath for the katana or the sword, which goes in just like that. So looks okay. We got some texture there, some sculpt, and then we get a hook here with a piece of fabric string. So that's pretty interesting. We really don't get that with Hasbro figures, but we got it here and it's okay. Again, this could have been silver, at least the hook parts could have been silver to show that it's a piece of metal, but they went ahead and just did it all white there. So yeah, half of the accessories are not painted and half of them are. So kind of weird how they went that direction, but it is what it is. So we are going to remove the head just so you guys can see he is on a ball jointed hinge for the head, and the neck piece is a separate piece that articulates as well. You can look up about this high up, which is pretty good, and he can look down about that much, and left and right all the way 360 degrees. Of course, you can't really head tilt, and that's without the hood. So with the hood, of course, you can't really look up anymore because that's in the way, and looking down, of course, you can look down better than looking up, but overall the range is much more limited with the hood on. Going down to the shoulders, it goes forward and back. We get the butterfly joints there, so you can extend the arms out pretty far, which is good. And we get these shoulder pads that are on that soft pliable plastic so it doesn't get in the way. So the arms go up in and out about that far and back down. Then we have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow swivel at the wrist with a side hinge on the right wrist and a side hinge on the left wrist. So both of them have a side hinge. We get an ab crunch that clicks at the torso, and we get that ball jointed waist, so that swivels and it tilts and does this movement right here. Again, this thing is annoying. You see how it keeps moving up, it keeps getting crooked, it keeps getting weird, and hopefully that's just my figure. The legs do drop down. They do kick forward about this far, which is pretty good. And they go back down, they go in and out. He does a full split. We have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then we have an ankle hinge that goes forward and a rocker that goes side to side. Now it's worth mentioning that he does not come with that boot cut shin swivel that most of the other G.I. Joe figures come with, so it does make it a little bit difficult to pose him more dynamically because of that. We do get some hindering with that skirt piece, that waist piece too, but the fact that he doesn't get a swivel at that shin really hinders a lot. And also there is no swivel at the ankle, so that too, you can't really twist this part of the leg. As far as the weapons goes, you can definitely hold the weapons just fine. Nice tight grip on that one and on the sword right here, so that's good. Something that seems to be an issue with some Marvel Legends is, especially the ones that come with swords, they don't hold it tight and they just kind of fall through the hand, and that's not the issue here with Storm Shadow. You can also hold his little grappling hook here just fine, and then the string is just this soft string, so it might be curly once you unravel it the first time, but you can probably fix that with some hot ironing or something. So there is a peg hole on the back, and that's where you can peg in the sheath for the sword, and you can just have the sword slide in anyway and have it look like this. So either turn it to his left shoulder or his right shoulder, whichever you would want, or maybe just straight up in the middle vertically. Not sure how noticeable it is in the video, but as I move around the figure and just play with it, this thing just loves to dangle around on his head, and so kind of annoying on video, but it's, it'll stay put once you pose him still. Alright, and what you can also do is you can also have the quiver with arrows on his back, and then we also get a second peg hole there, so you can have both the quiver and the sword or the sheath attached there like this. So now you have both. So that looks pretty cool. You can, of course, display it whichever direction you would like it to be. So just a quick look at him with the bow and not the arrow, but he's kind of like drawing from his quiver there. I don't know how I feel about this white arrow here. Just doesn't seem good with this thing being a solid white color. Wish they painted that for sure. And also I'm interested to see how people kind of play this, or display him drawing his arrow, because first of all, he comes with 2 trigger fingers on each hand. Doesn't come with a gun or anything, but that's what they gave him. They should have given him a hand that would be meant for drawing an arrow. That way it'd be easier. So he only has that 1 index finger to hold the arrow if you want to display him drawing it. And also the illusion of this not having a string kind of is a little weird too. So it's just, I don't know, it just takes using your imagination maybe there. But I definitely do wish he came with a hand that was meant to be drawn an arrow, and one of these has to have a regular hinge too, because both of them have inside hinges. Doesn't really work out when you're trying to draw a bow and arrow. Just, I don't know, man, doesn't look good. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's people out there, display artists, photographers, that are going to do a way better job at making a bow and arrow pose with this figure and making it look good, pulling off the illusion even though he doesn't have the hand for it or the string for it. But it is going to be a little difficult. Alright, so we'll start off the comparisons next to a couple of Destros. On the right side we have the Prophet Director Destro, which I just recently reviewed, and on the left side we have the Series 1 traditional, normal looking Destro. And up next, I'll put him next to the Target exclusive Cobra Trooper. This is part of that Cobra Island wave that hit Targets. And here we have him next to Roadblock and Beachhead, also from that Cobra Island Target exclusive release of G.I. Joe classified figures. Alright, so next to some random stuff, we have the Heroes of Endor box set figures of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. There he is next to an SH Figuarts Goku and Captain Ginyu figure. And for Marvel Legends, I'll throw in Stan Lee and Deadpool. Alright guys, and that's going to wrap things up for the Arctic Mission Storm Shadow G.I. Joe classified figure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, be sure to check out my other G.I. Joe figure reviews. I've pretty much reviewed them all so far. So if you missed any, check it out. Let me know your thoughts on this figure. Are you excited for this Storm Shadow? And are you excited for the rest of this G.I. Joe line and the future of it? I think it's going well so far, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Alright guys, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.